Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And your first card is the Magician. I feel like you're a highly focused individual. I feel like you know what you want. I feel like you know how to go after it. And I feel like you're ready to be the magic maker. You're ready to do what you do better, faster, more successfully. There is intentional, creative direction here. There is will, there is focus, there is skill. Okay? I feel like you've got some kind of specific idea or desire, something like that, trying to come through you. Okay? There's something that keeps returning to your mind or to your heart that you know you need to create it. You know you need to start building that life, whatever it might be. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Because remember, the tarot is always trying to teach you how to become a better magician. So let's see what you could do to be more effective at creating the life that you desire. So let's go. Oh, Ace of Cups. You got to listen to that thing in your heart that keeps popping back up. An Ace of Wands. There it is again. That inspiration, that inner fire. Something keeps returning. Something wants to be built. Okay? This is like a big kind of red alert from the universe that's saying, pay attention. You have the Seven of Wands. We have a Prince of Swords and Eight of Cups. So I think to get 7 and 8, right? To get this, into manifestation, to get this going, I feel like we kind of have to walk away from something that you've been forcing or trying to defend, even though it's maybe not worth defending anymore, right? It may be time to let something go and start this project, this enterprise, this business, this creative project, this relationship, whatever it may be. Over here we have, look at that, the 10 of Cups. We're trading in an 8 for a 10. How's that? You got the Fool, another one of these cards that's saying, let's begin. 7, right? 7, 7. We got the 8. And we've got the 6, though, too. We're trading in the 7s and the 8 for the 6. Yeah. This is good. I feel like you're leveling up. I feel like you're upgrading your life. You're saying, you know what? I feel this in my heart. I feel it in my will. I feel the inspiration. I'm going to start doing it. Maybe it's like playing football. I don't know. It could be anything, a sport, a martial art, a new project. But it's something that you really want to build in your life. You want to design that future life. Okay, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor. Infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right here with Mr. Ed, the tiny horse, of course. Right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction, your guess, your hunch down beneath the video in the comment section, okay? Let's look around the room here. Very interesting, we see the Fool and the Magician, because what is the tarot trying to do? It's trying to remind the Fool that they are a magician. The Fool is somebody who is kind of, a 0 point. The Fool at the beginning of the tarot is kind of naive, right? ignorant of their true purpose, going out into the world and just sort of fumbling around, stumbling from one thing to the next, not really sure of anything. Kind of just a feather in the wind. At the end of the journey of initiation or tarot or, becoming the magic maker, the fool is still the fool, but the fool has been initiated to that purpose. So now the fool is still a feather in the wind, but kind of a feather in the cosmic wind, so to speak, with wind in their sails. And also the fool is at first ignorant of the life path, ignorant of their destiny, but comes to leave the gray world and embark upon their spiral road. Their journey, spiral road up to the top of the mountain, to Big Rock Candy Mountain, to the life that you really truly desire and that's meant for you. Awesome cards. You've got really, really nice cards. I feel like your whole world is about to shift. Anyway, we've got, let's see, fire. We've got our water. We've got a couple of air cards, 1, 2, 3. We don't have any earth cards, and you know why? One, because it doesn't matter what this is. What matters is how and why you're going to do it. And two, you haven't done it yet. This is something that is it's not materialized yet. It's something that keeps returning to you. It's something that keeps calling to your soul. It's something that you know you need to do. There's a specific idea with our magician that keeps returning to you. Okay? Listen to it. Know what it is. Choose that project, that goal, or that change that you want to make, and focus on that one. It doesn't mean that you have to focus on nothing else, though. It means you have to make room for this one. You already have enough tools. You already have the knowledge. You already have the resources to begin. Start what's within your reach, right? The magician, I could talk about the magician all day. I'm going to try to keep the reading under 30 minutes, okay? You got to help me out. The magician is like a contestant in that game show Chopped, right, on Food Network, where they're just like, they're being given a basket full of ingredients, weird, random stuff, and they're saying, make a masterpiece. Make a meal, make a delicious meal out of this. And I've never seen these things before, and they have to try to construct it. They just have to use what's there. They have access to the entire Chopped pantry and fridge, but they have to use those ingredients that are there, and transform them in some way into something delicious. And I kind of feel like that's the magician card. The magician can just look around and say, this is what I've got to work with. How do I make a masterpiece? How do I design my life out of what I've been given, what I have now at my disposal? Maybe it's more the MacGyver card, But I feel like this is the message that you have everything that you need within reach. Start with what you've got. Don't say, well, I need better paintbrushes. No, just dip your finger in, in ink or something and start painting. You know what I mean? You don't have to just pay ketchup, whatever you got. You don't have to say, well, if I only had this, or I got to wait for this, or if I had maybe after my career, or maybe after the kids are done with school, or so. You have to start now. And even if you're just starting in a little tiny way, okay, start with what is within your reach and do the very best you can. Sometimes the masterpieces are just whatever you got in the cupboard. Whatever can of soup you got in there, that's what you're going to use. Okay? And say what you want out loud. Name this thing, whatever this is. The spoken word will organize energy, I promise. Okay? And perhaps, start working on some sort of a daily sort of schedule plan or a ritual of action. Okay? Set an intentional time. Say, you know what, I'm going to 30 minutes tonight after work, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to start. So after work, come home, you have a meal, you sit down, have your soup from the cabinet, and then 30 minutes, you're going to work on it. I'm either going to collect my materials, gather what I might need that I got around the house, or I'm going to look online, do the research, figure out where I need to go. Maybe you're going to start a new sport or a martial art or some kind of you're going to take a class. And you're going to take that first little step. but you're going to stay organized. I feel like you're somebody that likes to track progress anyway. You know, like you like to take notes, or like you like check marks or spreadsheets or something like this, right? It's kind of like evidence of momentum. And I feel like that's going to be good for you. Journal the process, okay? Remember, magic is not in the idea itself, but it's in the follow-through, okay? And you know who you are by what you do, not by what you dream about. Your desire, your attention, and your action need to all point in the same direction. So we're choosing that direction, and we're going to begin. Okay. That's awesome. I love them. You claim your role as a magic maker right now in the comments. Let me know that you are the magic maker. You're the one that is going to design your future and manifest that future. You have the Ace of Cups, the new beginning. Emotionally, right? Your heart is opening to something. There's love. We're feeling it. We're allowing that new energy into our heart, and we're saying, I'm accepting this. It's a new connection, or even a reconnection, or an emotional renewal to something, maybe someone. Maybe this is about a relationship. Maybe it's about a love. Maybe it's a love from the, that you've lost, and you're saying, you know what? That's the one, right? This is the one. Let yourself feel this. We're not analyzing this. We're just feeling it. We're acknowledging that it's in our heart and our heart wants it. And we're opening up that heart, and we're accepting that. Okay? And I think that, this is the thing that when you do think about it, you get that warm, fuzzy feeling inside when you think about it. Because it really is going to make you enjoy life. It'd probably be a difficult path, it'd be challenges, whatever it might be, but it's something that your heart and soul really, really do want. Okay? And you're approaching it gently. You're approaching it with curiosity. You're letting that love in. You're letting the flow happen toward this thing. It could be a person, could be a place, could be a thing, an idea, an activity, could be at work, at home, at school, a pet, a plant, a person. It doesn't matter. There are no pentacles here. It doesn't matter what this is. It's probably different for every one of you. If you want to share what it is in the comments, please do. I love reading the comments. It's like my favorite part of this whole thing is reading all of the comments from all of you. But we're doing it. We're letting that love in. We're going to feel it. Okay? And we're going to be, I think, very grateful that this is here. And it may take you a minute to kind of be aware of what this is. You may not know just off the top of your head right now. If I were to ask you, you may not know what it is. But it's coming, and I think that it's going to really, if you give it the attention that it is asking for, it is going to change your life. You have the Ace of Wands inside of you. This new energy, it's a spark. It's a motivation. It's kind of like this fresh start, creative fire. This is a spark that wants to be stoked into a nice, big, big fire. Okay? It's a surge of energy or inspiration, and you've got to follow this when it arrives. Start the project, give the pitch, have the conversation, make the change. Again, it's kind of with the magician. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Start with who you are and what you are right now, what you have right now. Your enthusiasm is part of this warm, fuzzy feeling, like you have the ace and the ace, like you got to do it. Keep it simple. Take one action today, whether it's I'm going to devote 5 minutes to this thing, or maybe I'm just going to devote 5 minutes to just sitting down and trying to feel what this even is. Okay? Protect that excitement when it does arrive. You don't need to talk to people or tell everybody what you were going to do, because that's kind of inviting their opinions. And you don't need other people's opinions right now. So protect this by not sharing it with people who are going to drain away that enthusiasm. People that are going to rain on your parade. People that are going to be a wet blanket, right? We have the Seven of Swords in this position of the fear, worry, concern. The fear is that there's going to be either internal resistance, or that you're going to do this, but then other people are going to sort of not like the idea, or that they're going to have some kind of opinions about it. We don't need any of that. The universe is giving you a big kind of red alert, like the sirens are going off that, hey, this is a big moment for you. It's kind of like you're being given a green light, but I also feel like it's like a red alert, you know? Something is stopping you in your tracks and you're realizing something. You got to act on this spark. The small action right now, like I said, is going to build up momentum, and it's going to snowball. It's going to fireball into something really significant for you. I feel like it has the potential to really change your experience of life, yeah? But we have to deal with the Seven of Wands in the background here. What we're leaving behind might be this. This is you kind of defending something, holding on to something, clinging to something. This is kind of like banging your head against a particular wall. And what we're doing with the Seven, this is valor, right? This is we are standing up for something and defending something no matter what. Okay? I mean, that's really wonderful energy. You're standing your ground. Okay? You're holding on to this. You're not letting go of this. Okay? And I'm wondering if, because we have that 8, you know, if this were reversed, if these two cards were reversed, I'd have a different story here. But because the Seven of Wands is back here and the Eight of Cups is in the future position, feels to me like we're trying to keep something alive that doesn't need us anymore, doesn't want to be here anymore. We're clinging to something, we're fighting for something, we're banging our head against a particular wall that maybe we don't need to do this anymore. Okay? Maybe we don't need to persevere here any longer. Okay? Sometimes it's okay to retreat from something. Sometimes it's okay to say, you know what? I'm not feeling this anymore. And maybe this is you forcing yourself to do it, even after the will, even after the enthusiasm and the excitement has been gone. I feel like what's happening here is between these two cards, you're clearing out space for this new activity, for this new thing. So what in your life have you been trying to force yourself to stick with, knowing that it's not really in your heart anymore? Knowing that it's not in your will anymore. See, this is the past. This is something that needs to go. This is something that needs to happen. This is something that you're feeling right now, you see. So the Seven of Wands needs to go away. You don't have to prove anything to this particular thing. This is kind of like you're trying to force yourself to play guitar, and you really wanted to, but now you realize, I don't like it. I'm not feeling it. It's not resonating with me. I'd rather play the drums. So what do? We walk away from the guitar to make room for playing the drums, etc. Maybe this isn't about music. Maybe this is about relationships. What have you been trying to defend or trying to like give life? I feel like something's on like life support. Not literally, I hope, but something you're trying to keep something going that isn't really meant to be around anymore, you know. And it could be just the very simple habits, or it could be a particular class you're taking, or a skill you're trying to learn, or like something that you just haven't let go of yet, even though kind of it's like I don't know, maybe it's a practice, maybe it's a musical instrument, maybe it's some kind of a skill or a creative project. Something that's been occupying your time and your energy, something that's been taking your resources from you. You've been giving your blood, sweat, and tears to something that I think now it's your soul is kind of telling you there's something else that wants to be realized. We've got to let go of this. Okay? You don't need to keep fighting for that. So we have a Prince of Swords up here at the top. Okay? And this is a fixed air energy. This is somebody who is able to communicate quite effectively. This is a wisdom and an authority. This is mental, like leadership. This is strategy. This is you literally like figuring out the plan, using your expertise, right, to figure out the right choice to make. And it's kind of like this is you doing the math. This is someone who's really good at doing the math. And you're kind of saying, okay, well, I've got these two aces that want to be, born into the world. but the math isn't adding up. I've got too much on my plate already. What can I let go of to make room for this new thing? It's kind of like you really want the sweet potatoes, so you kind of got to scooch the mashed potatoes off the plate to make room for the sweet potatoes, yeah? So we're able to do the math. We're able to use our judgment. We are being very direct and very concise, and we're seeing things. We're not being overwhelmed by the emotions of anything. We're kind of looking at it logically and thinking, yeah, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm called on to do. And if I want to have this, it means I've got to make a little bit of room in my life. You're organizing your systems, your plans, and your strategies for that long term. Okay? And you're not getting entangled in drama. You're staying above the noise. Your mind is clear and sharp, and you're a good communicator. It's very decisive. Okay? So you have clarity and you have integrity. And that's going to help you, especially as you, with this Eight of Cups, you do walk away from something that is no longer meant for you. This is something that's been kind of eating into your resources in a way that is, or has been, now with this realization, has been preventing this from finding space. Okay, so this is fight, fight, fight. I'm clinging to something. I'm holding on to something. And this is, okay, I'm just going to let it go. Because this is the inspiration that's coming in. So this is you moving on from something. This is a departure. This is a redirection of your energy. Something no longer fulfills you, and it's okay to walk away from that. You're leaving quietly. There's no guilt. Okay? You're honoring that inner truth. You're not abandoning anybody. The poor guitar now that you're going to give away or sell or return to the Guitar Center, there shouldn't be any guilt attached to that. Okay? Because you're honoring the truth that's inside of you. You're honoring what is real and what needs to find expression in your life. It's okay to walk away from something that's not meant for you. The next chapter is really, truly about to begin for you. Your life is shifting, and the major red alert is saying you've been forcing something that your soul just really doesn't want anymore. So let go of that and be happy about this and feel the relief. Let this energy fade. Let it clear from your life so that you can begin that next chapter of soul fulfillment. Okay? You don't need all the answers. Again, you don't have to wait for the perfect conditions either. You know, like it's kind of, like I said with the magician, you just start as soon as you can. You start with where you are, with what you have right now. And I think very soon, as you do that, you're going to recognize what things aren't important anymore. It's kind of like this new thing is going to push out or squeeze out something else from your life. Okay? And so it's not something you have to do first. First, you have to honor whatever this inspiration is and start giving it space, start doing it. Then just naturally, something else is going to fade away. Okay? And that's as it should be, and I think you need to recognize that and be honest about what that is, so that you can reclaim this space. Okay. I feel like it's something that your spirit's already left, and now you're just your life's catching up to it. Yeah. Now let's talk about the path of the serpent. We have some awesome cards over here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Okay, these readings are totally free. And you know what? Let me know which card on the path of the dove resonates with you the most. All right. The Ten of Cups is your general energy. This is emotional harmony. This is connection. This is love, family. This is completion. This is fulfillment. This is purpose. You know, this is satisfaction. I think adding whatever this new thing is in your life that you're doing, I feel like it's going to give you this sense of like, that's what my life was missing. You know, this is going to be such a blessing. Your emotional world is finding balance now because you're giving space to what's really, truly needed in your life and what you're being called on to manifest through you, through your life and through your being. And that brings a sense of inner fulfillment and inner completeness and inner wholeness. Life is simple and beautiful and peaceful. Really, this is the life you desire. This is not how it looks externally yet. This is how it feels. So this is the feeling like you are building the life that you desire. And it feels like everything's in place. I need to do the work, I need to build up the structures, and I need to keep, walking the spiral road. But this is the feeling like I'm on the right road. And everything's in place, everything's in motion, and it feels good. Okay, it feels good. And protect this. Don't let everybody have access to you right now, because you're protecting this configuration in your life. Okay, and you're learning what emotional fulfillment actually means to you and what it would actually feel like. You're savoring that emotional harmony and safety and stability because it's real. Okay, and I think that, with this Fool card that we have here too, we're ready, we're motivated, we're light on our feet. I feel like there's a renewal, there's a reset of energy here. And the Fool is, now realizing that they are the magician, and so it's like you've got the wind in your sails. You're not just bumbling around in life, banging your head against walls and then wondering why your head hurts. No, you are starting this new chapter. This is a leap of faith. This is a fresh start. You're trusting in the journey. You're beginning a new cycle. You're on the spiral road. Something fresh, something real, something inspired is entering your life through you. Okay, so you've got to lighten the load. That emotional baggage, that other whatever we've been clinging to, needs to be, set down. Yeah, so that we can be we're traveling light here now. And this card's in the position of your environment and the position of your relationships. So it may be that to make room for what is really truly yours, you may have to let go of some previous relationships that you've been clinging to. Not just with people, but with ideas and practices and things like this. Share your plans with people that support you, not with people that are going to criticize you or give you their opinions. Just you want support right now. You don't want advice. Okay? Plan your actions one step at a time. Start giving space to this. Start getting curious. And the plan's going to unfold as you go. Okay? If fear pops up, be brave. Just take that step anyway. Start moving. Clarity is going to come as you continue this path. And the things that are not meant to be in your life, you will recognize those and they will fade away and you can let go of them. But only after you start moving in this new direction will you see which things are not going to come with you. Okay? That's how the process works. All right. The Seven of Swords is that criticism and the doubt and the opinions of others. We don't want to invite a bunch of naysayers into our life. We don't really need advice from other people. See, what you're trying to do with this is stay on that Ace of Swords. So if there is any sort of issue here, it's that you've got this, well, let's look. You've got the Ace of Wands, but you've got these other things that are sort of, that are taking up your time and your effort. That we need to clear an energetic or creative blockage. The same way with the heart thing here. We need to walk away from something that's been blocking this heart fulfillment. And then really, with the Seven of Swords, it's the same issue. We need that Ace of Swords, but there's a blockage or there's some kind of resistance there. Okay? So we've talked about the fire and the water, but with the air, it feels like there is the potential now for doubt, for mental resistance, your thoughts to sort of turn against you. And sometimes that's because of other people. Other people criticizing you or giving you their opinion, and then you kind of say, yeah, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe this was a pipe dream. Maybe this was a fantasy. Maybe it's futile, So what we're doing with this card is we're protecting our ideas. You don't need to announce everything you're doing. You can keep your plans to yourself. You can operate in silence and sharing just with those people that are going to support you, or maybe not even with them. But not everybody needs to have access to your inner world. You got to be strategic about this. Okay? This is something that maybe even feels more sacred when you keep it to yourself. But if you are wanting to share it with other people, just choose those confidants carefully. Okay? And in whatever this is for you, don't rush into it. Don't rush through it. Take the small, deliberate step, give it a little bit of space, and I think it's going to snowball, it's going to fireball, right? It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You got to protect your energy. There's a lot of distractions out there in the world. Protect your time, effort, energy, money, and space. Okay? And then what you're really doing is you're getting that Six of Swords. The long-term plan, you have clarity. You have an ability to recognize patterns. This is a mental alignment. The map appears. Yeah. This is a very intelligent transition from what your life has been to now this new shift. Your mind is clearing. Your thoughts are lining up in the right order. You're seeing the pattern. You're seeing the logic behind everything now. And this isn't a card of escape. This isn't a card of getting away from a bad situation. No, this is a card of navigation. You're steering toward what makes sense for you. There's a plan in front of you now, and it may not be all fleshed out and all worked out and all detailed. You may not have the MapQuest turn-by-turn directions printed out and on computer paper, but it's a pretty accurate outline. You're trusting in this, okay? And I think, especially in a situation where you kind of felt emotionally like tangled or confused or emotionally like uncertain about things, now there's a clean pathway forward. You're not rushing. Again, okay, there's precision, deliberate, intentional, magic maker energy is way more important than just trying to go fast. Okay? There's a larger intelligence guiding you right now. And what you're doing now makes sense on more levels than you can see yet. Okay? This is now a beautiful mind kind of card, right? This is where your inner reality and your outer world are starting to click. Starting to sync up. Okay? Because now you are manifesting. It's flowing through you, whatever this calling is. Okay? The map is starting to form. Follow that path that feels clear, clean, and feels right. Let's look at the mystery card. How are we doing on time here? Well, we're a little bit over 30 minutes. We're getting better at it. Mystery card, Ace of Swords. If you have a prediction or a hunch, put it in the comments. Maybe a 10 of Pentacles. Any Pentacles would be good. Maybe a 10. Maybe a 10 of anything. Maybe the Empress. Maybe the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good too. A 6 of Wands. The Victory. This is you doing this thing and feeling like, because see, remember the 7, this is you banging your head against a wall. Just like we had a 7 of Swords, which is kind of maybe mentally, intellectually banging our head against the wall. And then we have the 6, right? We have a 7 of Swords and a 6 of Swords. Now we have a 7 of Wands and a 6 of Wands. This is victory. This is recognition and confidence. This is achievement. Okay? And you're being seen. I think that this is you really feeling like you're winning at life. This feels good. It feels like, this new path that you embark upon feels like it's working. It feels like there's harmony, there's beauty here. Okay? And you're grateful for that, that opportunity, but it feels like something is flowing. Like your creativity, your confidence is flowing. It really is, it is the accurate and effective manifestation of whatever the ace, right, becoming a 6 of Wands is victory. It's working out, You are, you're doing it. And you're good at it, And it feels like, wow, okay, like it's working. Like this must be meant for me. Because I feel like I'm getting good at it. You're not going to be instantly, suddenly you can play the drums like a Danny Carey. No. But it's like the more you do it, the more you practice, the more you struggle, the more you learn, you start getting good at it, and you start to have that realization like, this was the good choice. This is the path I'm supposed to be on. Like, it's just going to feel like it's clicking for you, you know? It's going to be hard work, whatever it might be, but it's going to feel right. It's going to feel like you're winning at it. It's going to feel like you're getting good at it, okay? And that's going to be one way that you know that this was the right choice. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading as well. That's always a right choice. There's a link in the corner here. There's a link down below. New readings for Aries on Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.